Today we're putting two internet giants head to head, Temu and Amazon for a gaming setup.
Welcome to Temu versus Amazon Gaming Setup Challenge, where Jackson and I get $250 to build a gaming setup using either Temu, the greatest of all time, or Amazon, the Jeffrey Bezos creation. Which one is gonna be better? Well, we're gonna do a challenge first to see who gets which one after a word from today's sponsor.
When you try cramming 160 watts of power into something barely bigger than an AirPods Pro case, you'd normally run into some serious issues. However, today's sponsor, Anker, seems to have the solution with their Anker Prime 160 watt GAN charger. At face value, this seems like a regular charging brick, but there's so much tech inside that it almost can be considered a computer. Now, my first question was, what is GAN and how does that benefit me? GAN is essentially a fancier semiconductor material, which makes the charger run cooler and more efficiently compared to silicon-based chargers. Anker was able to release 5 new technologies around this GAN Prime 2.0 technology. The brains behind this Prime charger is their Power IQ 5.0, and it's the first intelligent fast charging technology in charger history capable of actually recognizing the device that is charging. It tailors power supply strategies specifically for each one. And during multi-device charging, since it has 3 USB-C ports, it evaluates and allocates each device's idle power requirements in 2-minute intervals, which fully utilizes all 160 watts in this charger. In addition to fast charging, one of Anker's main priorities when building a charger, of course, is going to be thermal damage protection. And Anker uses 3 key innovations here. First, mold release potting, which fills every gap inside the charger. It spreads evenly across the charger, keeping the performance at its best. Second, this charger has L-shaped graphene layers, which rapidly takes the heat that's being produced from the hotter components and moving it out to the cooler areas. And third, Anker's Active Shield 4.0, which basically performs millions of temperature checks every single day to dynamically regulate performance in real time. The outcome is a charging system that sustains high power output without overheating even when charging multiple devices at once. So instead of choosing size, power, or safety, you get all 3. But if you're looking for a one-size-fits-all uncompromised charging solution, you should definitely take a look at the Anker Prime 160 watt GAN charger by using the links in the description down below.
Okay, so with these challenges, we gotta decide which one each one of us get. So I guess before we always gotta say, which one do you want? I think it's pretty obvious which one we want. Amazon's gonna be the easiest because you can just get everything on Amazon. Temu though, I said the GOAT, it's the GOAT of something. Shopping like a billionaire, that's what it is. But Temu is, well, kind of a bit of resurgence because some of the stuff you can actually buy now is still pretty cheap, but it's gonna be difficult to get good stuff. And the stuff you do need to get is as follows. You need to get a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse pad, and a headset. You don't need to get a PC for this challenge because $250, that ain't gonna happen. So we're mainly focused on the setup and we'll use the same PC for each setup to test it. But to determine who gets which one, we have a new game, Sandbox, or SN Box to be specific, the kind of successor to Gary's Mod, if you will. And we have a game mode in there that Jackson and I are gonna play where we have to survive random disasters, and the best out of 3 of playing that will get to pick which one they want first. So let's hop on our PC and get to gaming. All right, so we are in Sandbox right now. Look at this beautiful character. It looks great. Jackson's looks just like him too. I mean, we're just great like that. But we have a mode we're going to play. It's my first time doing this, so let's go into Discover. It is called Disaster or Survive the Disaster. All right, so once you get in here, hopefully you get in here a good enough time. All right, so now we just have to survive. You see where it has the prepare timer up top? We're going to do a best of 3 because I think the disaster just keeps coming.
Do we know what the first disaster is?
It's a mystery. You don't know what the disaster is going to be. So whatever it happens, we just have to find a way to survive. All right, here it comes.
Disaster incoming. Oh, I see rain. Lightning storm?
Oh, there's a tornado.
Oh my God!
I'm already stuck in the roof. I didn't even do anything.
Oh, dude, my building's getting sucked up.
Can I not get out of it now? Oh no!
I'm going in the porta potty.
I got stuck in the roof. Oh my! I'm gonna drown.
God, not the porta potty, not the porta potty.
No! 1 for Jackson. All right, I have to win this one. Well, at least this guy's here too. We got a random with us.
Okay, so this one, I feel like I'm gonna get some height. Oh, I see a volcano. Oh, it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Oh!
Oh my God, they're coming right from my building.
I lost a lot of HP.
Will my building collapse? Is that a thing? Oh yeah, it kind of is. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh no.
I'm really playing this safe right now.
I mean, that's part of it. All right, well, Jackson won the best 2 out of 3.
Matt, you already know which one I'm picking because the last few competitions, Matt's won, and sometimes he gimps himself. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going Amazon.
He's going Amazon. I got Temu. Let's get shopping.
All right, guys, it's been a little bit since I've gotten to do a full Amazon gaming setup. It'll be really nice for Matt shopping on Temu. Whew. That's gonna be a tough one.
You know the feeling when you're like going back to like your grandparents' house, just the overwhelmingness of like, I'm home. That's what I feel like right now on Temu.com. I am home, ladies and gentlemen. Here we freaking go.
Let's just start things off with the mouse. Let's go with the mouse. Why not? I've really liked Attack Shark, ATK, and Mambasnake recently. Let's see. Let's go Mambasnake. Let's see what they got.
And we're gonna start with the monitor. So let's do gaming monitor. Let's see what Temu's got for me today.
I don't think I've seen this one. I might add this one to the cart because this would save us a lot of money, and it's really not a bad looking mouse because it would look like this.
Oh wait, is this a 34-inch? That's 174. I would not have enough money, right? For the keyboard, we could go nicer. We could do like, obviously we got Yunzi, Royal Kludge. Let's just go Yunzi first. I kind of want to see what I can find. This is hard to beat. I will tell you that. I don't think I could pull this off, but I kind of want to try it. So 165 Hz, 34-inch, 3440 by 1440 monitor for 174. I want to try to make this possible. I don't think it's going to work though.
B75 Pro, wireless, RGB backlit, pretty good color scheme we got going so far. Kind of like we'll call it a gray and black. I like these decisions so far.
What does Temu have in the mechanical keyboard category? We got some from AJAZZ for 26 bucks. It's all black and it's a red switch keyboard. It's $26. Probably kind of cheap quality if I had to guess. We're gonna give this one a go though.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the monitor right now. Sansui, man, they had some heat. Yeah, this guy right here, 200 hertz, 1440p IPS, 140 bucks. I mean, that's really hard to beat. Now, there is this one next to it, Sealan, 1 millisecond response time. It is 180 hertz and it's a VA panel. I'd spend the extra money and get the nice one, I think.
Gaming mouse. Temu has some stuff, man. They got some stuff in the peripheral department. They're not lacking. I know this is a good mouse. I'll add to the card for now.
Let's see what this one, what does this one do to our budget? Because this is gonna eat up a lot. Oh wow, $226. This is getting a little bit harder now. We're gonna go over budget first and then kind of work our way back, basically.
Am I actually gonna be able to pull this off?
Whoa, this one's cool. This one would go with our color scheme really well, actually. You know what? We're gonna try this one.
There are a lot of cool options for sure. Ooh, I really like this one. Let's do this one. This one's pretty cool.
So yeah, I like Amazon because I don't have to think too hard.
I kind of want to try a gaming headset. Oh, Attack Shark has one. I've never tried an Attack Shark headset.
Oh, AOC makes gaming headsets now. I did not know this. A 45-hour battery life. Okay, let's add to the car. Let's try it.
Headphone stand would be nice. Make things look a little clean. Yeah, it's like $2. Decent ratings. Add to cart.
I'm gonna be honest, our keyboard's kind of expensive. It does outweigh the mouse quite a bit, I feel. We may have to cut back on the monitor too, because I don't wanna go too far down on the keyboard. This brand, Kinst, they have been killing it. These things are nice. I mean, they are solid, but I don't feel like this is saving me enough money. Let's see, 262 bucks.
All right, I need to triple check that this is actually the monitor that I think it is. I kind of want to do some market research to see if I'm actually getting a good deal, because I'm getting kind of excited about it.
I think we can still squeeze 1440p. There was that cheaper one, the Sealan. Look at that. Monitors have reached a all-time low in my lifetime that I know of. That's pretty insane. I'm now at 232 bucks.
All right, so they do have the same ones. You can't get them on Amazon for that price. Actually, a little bit cheaper. These monitors have gotten a lot cheaper. If you told me a few months ago that you'd be able to get an ultrawide setup on Temu for 250 bucks, I would have thought you were goofing. But we got the monitor, we got the keyboard, mouse pad, headset, and headset stand, 248 bucks. I'm gonna ship this to my house because apparently we're blacklisted here at the office, and we'll see what the setup turns out like.
I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna add an extra accessory because I kind of like what I have, but I want to make sure I'm spending most of my money. I want to make sure I get the right size to 13.88 inches. 14.13, that would only be like a quarter of an inch over on both sides. That's totally cool with me. What is this put us at? 245. Oh, I got like a couple bucks left. What other little baby accessory could I add to spice my setup? Maybe a fake plant? Probably not possible. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and check out. So I think this would be a pretty solid Amazon spread. All right, guys, it has been a while because we had to wait for Matt's stuff to show up. I mean, it's Temu, what do you expect? It'll also be for sale at PCBros.tech when we're done, so check out PC Bros because that's where all this stuff will be going. So I'm gonna kind of unbox everything as we go, and let's start off with the most obvious, the mouse pad, because I'm gonna build this setup as I go. This is the Rinaze, R-I-N-A-Z-E, large mouse pad for $18.49. I don't remember how, but somehow this is gonna match with my setup well. I am noticing though that this gray looks a little bit of green, which originally in the listing it just looked gray, so I guess it's something to keep in mind, but this felt like a really good deal because $18.49, stitched edge, fairly thick, definitely seems like a pretty good mouse pad, anti-slick, and it's a good size. This, I felt, dude, this is a gem. So, Jonah, this was $20.69 for this Mambasnake mouse. Now, it is only 1K polling rate, but, like, what do you expect? I think we did a setup, or Zach's, remember he had a Mambasnake, and his was like 25 or 30 for a 1K polling rate. It seems like this is a new mouse because I think I asked Zach later on if he had seen it and he hadn't. Because I think the one we're used to is the M2. This is the M4 and it's the M4. I don't know if it's like Ultimate or anything. It's just M4. So here it is. I got the black version. It has this interesting, I guess that'd be like it's just a logo. It's supposed to glow, I think.
I was gonna say, does it light up?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Here's the thing. It's a medium-sized mouse. I'd say medium. It's ergo. As you can see, it doesn't have like a larger hump or anything. You have your 2 macros in the side, bottom DPI button, which is always 6, so you're not accidentally clicking the DPI button, light on the side. I don't know. I feel like what more can you want? I'm going to go ahead and do this before we forget. Oh, you're right. You're right. This would be ambidextrous. Every time I think, yeah, ergo is like for right-handed basically, which I feel like is a weird way of putting it, but yeah, anyways. Sorry, I've been working on my car a lot, guys, if you can't tell about how dirty my fingernails are. And I will say, I don't know if it's the mouse pad or the skates. It's a little sticky. It almost call it like a control. And I can't tell if it's the mouse pad or the skates.
It might be a bit of both.
Maybe.
I think it's usually like that new mouse pad feeling.
Yeah, the USB-C, it's a good one. It's one of those ones where you could leave it plugged in and you almost wouldn't know. It's very light. So hey, I'm calling that a win so far. I'm feeling pretty good about the mouse selection. Before we go into the keyboard, let's actually do our keyboard wrist rest. This is the Redragon Meteor, yeah, fatigue killer in medium size. This was tough because the keyboard I bought, it's not like a super standard, I think it's a TKL, but it's not like super standard. So I had to check measurements and I really hope I did good because this should only be like 0.1 inches larger on both sides. This was 13 bucks. It's an 80% wrist rest. That's what they call it, 80%. Now, speaking of the keyboard, I remember feeling, yes, I had to save money. I was gonna do a Yunzi, like usual. I just like that brand. I got our PC Bros Hidden Gem instead. We have, like, no joke, we saw these like crazy up front. They end up being $45.59 for this exact one. It's a tri-mode with creamy switches. And so tri-mode wireless, 75% layout, RGB backlit. It's not Hall effect or anything, but these have some of the best sound to them. And I found out the other day, I don't know if Jonah knew this already, I bought a bunch. They have like 20 different color schemes. This is why I bought the mouse pad. I remember now.
And it looks
this
good.
gradient, I wish that this gray, it looks a little green to me. Maybe it's just me being colorblind.
I think it's the lighting as well because on camera it doesn't look great. It looks great on camera,
Perfect.
But in person it does look pretty green. I think it's just because of our yellow lighting up top.
The wrist rest, I wish it was slightly smaller. This works though, it's not too bad.
Not too bad.
I wish it was almost too small rather than too big, but you know what? I can work with that. It is what it is. Oh, and it's hot swap too, by the way. Oh, here's the switches. It is a B-Sun. We've seen this before. It's a pretty cheap brand of switch. Feels like it's pretty lube too. Oh,
Get close up on that. Yep.
Sounds amazing. By the way, full RGB as well. Let's go 2.4. Oh, and this is nice. I love when they have the built-in holder. This is funny. This is plastic, but it looks like a weight.
It's supposed to look like a weight, yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's looking very nice. I'm feeling really good about that. I feel really good so far about my peripherals. Let's see if that streak gets broken. All right, next up, what do we have in the old honey jar here? Bought this because I wanted to see it. It's AOC. They make monitors. We've bought many of their monitors. They're kind of like a budget, but they got some good monitors. I will say this is not confidence inspiring. This was pretty cheap though. I ended up spending $33.98. It's wireless. If you see the theme here, I didn't have to buy wireless. I just think for the setup challenges, a way to make your setup look really good, even if you're not gonna always run it in wireless, for the video, wireless looks amazing. Especially when you show your friends, getting wireless peripherals just looks so much cleaner when you don't have cables. The mic is non-detachable, which is fine. I didn't buy a external mic, that I don't think at least. Pretty flexible, I will say, very plasticky and kind of flimsy, but you know, I think it'll get the job done. We do have actually really good foam. I mean, it's very soft. You get the Jonah feel.
It does feel really cheap, like an old Xbox headset.
But sometimes cheap isn't bad because if you don't want a heavy headset. A lot of people think, oh, those nice Corsair, like Jonah and I both use the HS80s. Those things are cumbersome. I like these. I'm curious to see how they'll sound and how we'll have to do a mic test. USB-C rechargeable. We love to see that. This is interesting. USB-C also to auxiliary if you want to direct connect. And then this is probably the best selling point. They're not just Bluetooth. This is a headset that like I could actually maybe even consider to replace my HS80s. I hate how most of the good wireless headsets are Bluetooth because there's so much delay. This is a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. That is exactly what you want for gaming and content creation. So now we just have our last part of the setup. So this monitor was not my first choice. I think originally I had a name brand picked out. I say name brand, I think it was a Sansui. It was a brand that we know better than this. And it was pretty bonkers. I want to say it was like 1440p and like a really higher refresh rate, I couldn't afford it. I was like just barely off, so I had to go with the Sealan monitor. So this is a Sealan 27-inch 1440p, 180 hertz. It's a VA panel with 1 millisecond response time. I paid $110. All right, so stand so far is toolless. Let's see if the next part's toolless. As far as display though, it has 2 HDMIs, 2 DisplayPort. That's actually a lot for a cheap monitor. So in theory, you could hook like your Xbox to it, your PlayStation and your PC, and kind of use it as like a dual boot monitor. Yeah, it's all toolless. It looks like, when you look at the back, it looks like it would want to slide, but there's nothing there. It looks like it would want to turn, but it doesn't. It tilts very little. So, you know, you're kind of getting what you pay for. I mean, honestly, I guess who really cares as long as the monitor works good?
We will cut to the setup on.
Power on. All right, so the PC you already know. We got the ABS set up.
This mousepad's cool.
Yeah,
it's almost like a camo.
Jen and I both commented on how big it was too. I paid like 18 bucks for it. I feel like normally we only save like an extra $1 or two, and it ends up being tiny. This mouse is a hidden gem. It's $20.
Right. 20 bucks.
It's Mambasnake. It's the M4.
It's a little snaky snake.
Yep, wireless, tri-mode, 1K polling rate.
Scroll wheel is a little
Crunchy.
A little crunchy.
I never use a side button, so I wouldn't even care.
I would say for the price, that's nuts. Like,
Pretty
that's
wild.
really good.
This is one of those Kinst keyboards. These are the ones that we sell up front at PC Bros. There is not a better sounding keyboard for 46 bucks. And it's hot swap, tri-mode,
What switch is
RGB.
it?
They call them creamy switches, but they're like a purple B-Sun switch. So they're pretty knockoff, but they feel pretty luminous.
Yeah, they kind of feel like, and at the price, because I think the, what's the one brand? Yunzi with this line, I think they're a little more expensive than that.
That's what I had originally, was a Yunzi.
And
it was
these
like,
are basically the same, probably better typing experience, to be honest.
Redragon wrist rest.
Redragon.
I just bought that because I had money, so I was like, yeah, why not?
Nice.
And it fits pretty good. It's a 80% headset. I want to try something
AOC.
different. AOC is 33 bucks, and it's wireless with a dongle.
Let's say flexible.
Flimsy.
It's got that clamp force.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has a mic.
Nice
I don't know
mic.
if it's good
All
yet.
right. Cool. We'll have to test the mic out, but I like it.
And then
we went with Sealan.
Yeah, I had a nice one picked out. This one's actually good though. It's 1440p, 180 hertz. It's a VA panel.
180.8.
Yeah, they actually gave me an extra.
You got an extra little
They gave me an
0.8
extra.
there.
Yeah, I think that's it. 250 bucks though. I had to do some swapping around. I remember I had a nicer monitor at first. I wish it's 4-star RGB.
Okay.
That's the one thing I wish, because it's a really good color scheme right now.
This is pretty clean, and that's good to know. We had to swap some stuff around because I wanted the budget to be a little bit tough. Because sometimes with these setups, we put to have a budget, and we're like, I'll throw that in and throw that in. I mean, he couldn't even get a headphone stand, so you know, he ended up going down that route.
Now, and if you didn't know what you were doing, 250 probably is a pretty good amount, because you would just buy like the cheapest, crappiest membrane keyboard. You wouldn't know to look for this stuff. That's why we do these, because we pick out actually some hidden gems typically.
Okay, so the setup looking pretty good. We're gonna do something a little bit different with testing the setup, so we can accurately both test our setups and give our opinions on it. We're gonna have both setups set up at the same time, as opposed to before where we're gonna just test Jackson's and then tear it down and build up mine. We're gonna have this setup already going, and we'll have it on our secondary benchmark setup, to where we'll have both going with 2 different PCs. They'll be somewhat similar PCs, but really the PCs don't matter too much. It's just the peripherals for the most part. And we're gonna go back and forth between games, kind of demoing both of them so we get a feel for each one live without just kind of trying to remember what the other one was like.
And one thing we can do too is we could do 2 games and we could swap. So Matt can play on my setup, I can play on his, so we can both give our like total impressions.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get my setup put together. All right, guys, my Temu setup is here, and one of the big emphases I wanted to do was to use an ultra-wide monitor. Totally goofy, right? But it's Temu, kind of got to go a little goofy with our setup here, but we have our ultra-wide monitor, but we'll get to that in just a second. The mousepad I got was the large esports mousepad for $7.69. I have a strong feeling it's not going to be very large. And with the Temu mousepads, you see some really crazy prints, like you saw during my shopping, but normally the actual print that you get in the, oh no, this quality is not. This quality looks rough. It is. Oh, and it looks so goofy compared to what I thought it was. Look at this thing.
That's
bad
print too.
Like,
it feels like felt on a pool table liner.
That's
exactly
does.
what it feels like.
And the back of it is,
God, that's bad.
it looks like the liner you'd put in cabinets too, like a little pantry liner. That's what it looks like.
The non-slip.
The non-slip stuff. Ugh, I mean, it's $7, but I've already seen Jackson's, and he spent how much on his?
17.
17. Okay, it's $10 more. $10 more, but like, still, this is not ideal. I would have just bought an all black one from our company. I just got stuff all over my hands from that. That's crazy. What else do I have in my bag? Oh yeah, my headphone stand. Can you guess how much I paid for this?
$2.
$2.69, ladies and gentlemen.
I had a feeling.
So there's that. I'm assuming we just do that, and then we do that. That's fine, $2. Cool, I can't complain about $2 for a headphone stand. Keyboard, I went with an AJAZZ mechanical keyboard with red switches for $23. So I'm not expecting this to be super premium in the department, but I will say Temu has more keyboard options than I would think at that price point that I could have spent if I wasn't trying to force this ultrawide into the budget. I'll be real with you. I definitely went crazy for the ultrawide. But yeah, it just says red switch, so this could be decent. All right, so AJAZZ packaging. All right, let's open it up. Build quality, not too bad so far. It's very basic, so it's all black. We have a little knob that is not the most premium in the world. We have a keycap holder inside, and it is a wired keyboard, so we have this cable right here. $20, kind of what I expect. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way, and let's do the test real quick. How'd she feel?
Honestly, not terrible.
Stabilizer noise is not perfect, don't get me wrong.
How much again was it?
Is it $22?
$22, that's not bad.
$22 is not bad, and it's a very neutral keyboard. You got the flip out feet and everything, but this was something I was a little bit worried about. But let's go ahead and open up this. I believe this would be my mouse. This is the same mouse that should come with the dock that I use here at the office from our wireless mouse roundup. It's another AJAZZ mouse. This is the AJ139V2 that we actually paid more for the mouse than our keyboard. It was $28 for this mouse. So we'll see how this looks. And I always love the docks, just like the one I have right here. Yes, this is basically the exact same thing. So it's a little dock that you can dock your mouse onto. And it's a very standard mouse. It's not super lightweight, but it's decent enough where it honestly is much better than most mice on the market at this price point. Has a very standard size, nothing too crazy. Got the two side buttons, let's see. Not bad. Scroll. That was the one complaint I had with this mouse, is the scroll wheel was just okay. It wasn't anything to write home about, but it's a very standard looking design that I like, and we have our cable here. So it's a nice cable, which we will plug up into here. And then I think my dongle, yes, is hidden underneath here. We gotta make sure to remove these before we actually start testing it. But we'll take our dongle, plug it up into the back of our little receiver here, and then we plug it into our PC. So you can dock the mouse and it'll charge. For the price, not bad. I think the dock's a cool addition. Most wireless mice though last a long time, so really you can either have the cord or the dock, but I think the dock just looks cool. And the fact this was under $30 for the mouse, and I know this mouse, I really like this one, was a good addition for this setup. So let's go ahead and get this peel off. I will say the most disappointing thing so far has been the mouse pad. This right here is good old Attack Shark. So Attack Shark with their L80 gaming headset, this specific model cost me around, let's see, $25, but it's a wireless gaming headset for 25 bucks.
I did not know they made headsets.
I had no idea, but they apparently on Temu sell headsets, but their gaming mice are what we really like for the money. And it's an option I could have gone with honestly on Temu, but I want to try something that I know and trust. And this right here, being a wireless headset, is actually kind of crazy for the price, I'll be honest with you. It's very lightweight. It is honestly kind of cheaply feeling, but let's see. It is stupid lightweight. Inside the actual box, we also get, this looks like this separates. How's this? I don't know what this is. Yeah.
Oh, do you put that in the headset maybe? I'm just completely guessing.
Is that how that works? Is that really how that works? We'll find out when we test it. If that's the case, that's interesting. And then we gotta put the microphone on there because that's important for a gaming headset. As long as it sounds somewhat audible, we'll be good to go. So we got our mouse, we got our mouse pad, we got our keyboard, we got our headset. It's time to monitor, baby. This is exactly what I saved up for. When I first looked up gaming monitors on Temu, the first thing that popped up was an Ultrawide for $179, which I thought was pretty freaking cheap for a 3440 by 1440 Ultrawide, 3440 by 1440 at 165 hertz for $174. It's really cheap, so I have no real idea how the quality is gonna be, but I did do a little bit of a sanity check, and honestly, just like OLEDs have gotten really cheap, Ultrawides have gotten really cheap at this like 34-inch size. I remember when these first came out, we've done review videos on them. I always really had a soft spot for them because the immersion level is just top tier, but they were always like in the $400 range, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know if that's necessarily worth it for most people. But if they're consistently under $200, I mean, that's in like a, hey, maybe I'll try an ultra-wide category and make a pretty cool setup. The stand is an area where there's normally sacrifices in these cheap monitors. Let's see.
That sounds good.
That's some metal right there. So we'll see how this holds up, but again, toolless, so we're gonna go ahead and screw in the bottom here. Now I'm gonna do what some of these commenters have said when we unboxed the Ultrawide during that one OLED video, that we shouldn't have taken it out of the foam. We should just left it in the foam, put the stand on, and then lifted it out. They said that's normally the way you're supposed to do it. So this, oh yes, I see the screw holes. So this gets screwed in right here. So you do need to do some screwing. We'll use that screw tool that they gave us. It's a very interesting screw tool. Yeah, that took a while. I wouldn't recommend that, but you know what? It's free. It's included with your monitor. So let's go ahead and take this out. You can see the Ultrawide ready for the stand. let's go ahead and do a tear. I'm trying to follow your all's suggestions, guys. Okay, so we'll do one of these, and it locks in. Should be able to. This is the lightest feeling ultra-wide monitor I've ever found. And here it is, baby. Very nice curve setup to it.
Yeah, it's got a good curve to it.
Video out-wise, we have 2 HDMIs and 2 display ports. That's pretty sick. And we have DC power in. Giving you 2 monitor cables is sick. Shout out. HDMI and display port. We're gonna use display port. So let's power this on. I gotta get a PC to use. So I'm just gonna go grab a computer that's over there and we're gonna use it to test our PC. Okay, so my setup is put together. It's looking pretty cool. There's some goofy things that we'll talk about when we bring Jackson in here to show it off, but the monitor is actually 180 hertz, which is sick. It's pretty sturdy for an ultra wide. Everything looks good. You don't have to use that dongle plugged in the way we thought into that headset. It actually just works. It's more of like just an adapter so you could run USB 2 or USB-C, but either way, let's go grab Jackson and show him my setup. You ready to see what Temu has in store?
I'm ready to see what Temu did to you. Ultra wide on Temu. I didn't even know you could get that on Temu.
So I saw the ultra wide. That was the first thing I saw, and I was like, I have to make this work because it is $174 for a 3440 by 1440 ultra wide. That's 180 hertz.
Wow.
Which is really cheap. And I was like, I feel like I could squeeze in the rest of the setup here.
I like this mouse pad.
Yeah, let's.
Whoa, actually, hold up.
Let's just hold up. Don't worry about the texture. This Temu has a mouse pad problem. All their mouse pads will show a listing of like a really sick mouse pad, but then they also are really cheap. So you know you're getting something like this, but they don't have any that are even more expensive. So I really spent $7 on this.
I feel like I'm already like wearing it.
I think so too. Literally unboxing it, I just felt like a bunch of stuff coming off of it.
AJAZZ. Okay.
AJAZZ, yep. Red switch keyboard.
It's okay.
But what price would make it acceptable?
Under $30.
$22.
Okay.
So $22 keyboard. It's only white backlight, but it's basic red switch keyboard. Not shabby, not wireless or anything. Nothing super crazy to write home about.
This mouse also AJAZZ?
Yep, that's also AJAZZ. It's wireless. It's very similar to the one I had in my mouse roundup video because it comes with that little charging dock.
Is this actually, I mean, I don't want to assume, is this a nice mouse?
It's decent, actually. It's pretty solid. The sensor and everything's been pretty good.
Oh, you have a peel still.
We got one more peel on it.
I thought it felt a little slick. Yeah, I think it's this. The RGB on the sides makes it feel cheap. Isn't anything crazy like 8K or anything?
No, it's just a 1K sensor, nothing too wild, but it's not any like cheapo mouse. The dock works pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's very similar to the one I've been using here, and I've been pretty happy with it. So, and that one was about $27.
Okay, so it's on the budget side.
Yep.
You get a headphone stand.
We have a headphone stand. This was...
How much was that on TV?
$2.
Wow. This is interesting looking.
So Attack Shark makes headphones. Yeah, put these on and then hit the old power button, which I think is
this one.
Yep.
Dude, it said power on.
It's like the Logitech one, but like look at the lube that is leaking out of it currently.
Man, that's like they want to make sure that thing slides easily. It like slides too easy.
And the more you do it, the more lube starts leaking out. So I might start having lube down my face.
Is this Bluetooth or is it dongle?
So it's dongle. At first we thought it was something kind of goofy because if you look at the dongle, I don't know if you've seen something like this before.
Oh, Matt, let me tell you.
Oh, wait a minute.
There's a lot of similarities.
Are we from the same factory?
Well, firstly, look at, I noticed your button layout. That is kind of ungodly similar.
Okay, yep.
And then yes, my dongle, I was playing with it.
Oh, so his is just like that. Interesting. We might be coming from the same factory.
Yeah, they look really similar. You know, this is something I said before you did your setup. I was like, it's crazy how many of these companies are actually like related or like make parts for each other that you think it's such a larger world than it is.
So this was $25.
Oh, mine was like 35.
I was saying as long as the mic sounds decent and the audio's good and it just works, then we should be good to go there. All right, guys, so what you're listening to right now before we wrap this video up is the mic test on my Attack Shark wireless headset. You're hearing the audio from this microphone right here. We'll go ahead and move it around a little bit. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Here's what it sounds like. And now you're listening to the microphone on Jackson's headset. This one right here is the AOC headset. You can hear the microphone right now. I'm talking into it. Hello, hello. I don't know what the difference sounds like. You all at home can let me know. And once again, this is a mic test using the AOC gaming headset. I was like a little under 250, I think. So right about there.
For Temu especially, I will say if you didn't have this monitor, I'd be like, yeah, there's a couple of cool things here, but nothing like mind-blowing. I think the monitor makes this setup pretty dang cool.
But realistically, yeah, I saw the monitor and I said, let's make make it work with that
Is this
budget.
the charging cable for
That is literally the charging cable.
That's wild.
So we're doing a little,
You can't use that while it's charging.
Heck no. You're going to be plugging this up and you're going to be like, charging.
Charging on.
So as we mentioned, we're going to be doing some live gameplay now where Jackson and I each try our setups out. We got Fortnite and Arc Raiders. We'll kick things off with Fortnite on our own setups, and then we'll do a swap-a-rooney and Arc Raiders and see what we think of each other's setups.
It's Fortnite time on Temu versus Amazon.
And we're going to be playing, I mean, it's just only fitting that I'm using Tung 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 right now on the Fortnite setup.
Especially for Temu.
What settings do you run? It doesn't really matter too much.
I did performance mode since I'm at 1440p.
Yeah, be curious to see what I get on mine. I have 180 hertz. I'd imagine with this setup I should be able to with the 5600X. That's really what we're pushing, honestly, at this rate. But we are at a high resolution, so we'll see. B580 on ultra-wide.
Yep, an Intel Arc isn't exactly the greatest when it comes to Fortnite FPS, but it's not bad. So,
I feel so sweaty on this setup.
I'm not too far off from, so yeah, I'm trying to get 180 hertz as well. It looks like when we land, I'll get around 180. My average is like 160 right now.
I didn't realize you're running Afterburner, and I'm not running Afterburner, so I should probably, but it's fine. FPS don't matter.
I would say so far, the mouse pad, I think is probably one of the nicer parts of my setup. The monitor colors look really good. The headphones, I'm like kind of iffy on. I mean, I feel like for the price on Amazon, they're not bad. I definitely fell short.
The mouse pad, you know what? It's not bad when you're actually using it. It's a different material though. It's definitely different, but it is not like, oh God, like that Target one that was a desk mat that was like absolutely unusable. It's usable.
Yeah, that's what I was, I'm curious to actually play on it. Like I was like, it has like this weird material that I feel like could kind of grow on you.
This ultra-wide is buttery smooth. I'm liking this.
Oh, I killed someone.
Oh, he killed him.
This
I gotta go help him.
headset has so much bass. So I have to have the ear cuffs buff off, Matt, because it is crazy noise canceling. There's a lot of bass to it.
For me, I can definitely still hear audio pretty solid. Nothing too crazy right home about. I mean, I'm playing Fortnite right now and we're at like 75% volume, so not too bad. For the price, I can't complain, and I really like a lightweight headset. As somebody who drives IEMs mainly and doesn't go with gaming headsets, the main thing I've always been annoyed by headsets is one, just ones that are heavier, and two, having something that's like more lightweight just really makes it feel a little bit more less in the way. Oh,
I got eyes on him.
Oh, team wipe. Let's go.
Dude, yeah, I think you're gonna be, my headset, it's not bad, like it's lightweight. The sound is just crazy. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's like HD or anything, it just has so much like freaking mid and bass to it.
The only thing I don't like about my headset is that it's just kind of hard to navigate with those buttons. You kind of just have to memorize which is which. But once you got it, I just went up just a little bit and the volume is so much louder now.
Oh, you know, my FPS actually, I didn't even realize I'm getting an average of 212 now, so I'm getting my higher refresh rate. It looks pretty good.
You're good, you're good. Yeah, I'm definitely getting 180. I don't even have the counter up, but I'm like pretty confident.
Oh, we're like danger zone right now. Does that mean, oh, it's a rivalry. Careful, he's got a friend.
Someone up there.
Yeah,
I love the rolling mechanics in this game.
The what?
Like how they can roll down a hill.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. That was them.
Let's go.
We did it.
My keyboard's fine. Like, it's crazy how far mechanical keyboards have come, because back in the day when we used to do budget roundups, a keyboard like this would be like the top winner no matter what, if it was at the price it's at. But there are actually keyboards just for $5, $10 more that like rival the keyboards from back then that were like $100. So Temu, especially in this budget category, little catching up to do, but it's a $20 keyboard. I'm just happy it's mechanical.
Yeah, this Kinst board is, well, you got to type on one of these to fully understand, but they are like top tier typing sound for, you know, under $50.
And this mouse is exactly what I am used to here at the office. Very nice, not crazy lightweight. I would like it to be a little lighter, but it's solid enough, and the sensor's good, no lift off, none of that stuff. The RGB looks pretty good. I can actually change the RGB on the bottom if I wanted to, so I can change different modes. Just like the dock, I ended up turning off the lighting because they only have like weird RGB modes and green. Like that is the only color scheme you have, so I just turned the RGB lighting off.
For some reason, I have like unlimited sprint, and I'm like really fast.
Are you cracked out right now?
Yeah, maybe from killing that guy.
Oh my gosh, you're like 20 miles away from me.
Oh, someone just took my kill.
I'm coming.
Oh, don't worry, there's more for you.
Wow, this guy's just team wiping outside of Sus Studios?
I'm just so fast,
What,
I can't
the
help
Sigma? This is looking pretty good. Let's try Arc Raiders, a game that's gonna be more demanding. I'd be curious to see how it runs on my ultra-wide. Definitely higher resolution to be testing, but so far, I'm actually liking what Temu's done. Not too bad.
Next game.
All right, guys, we are now on each other's setups. So I'm over here on the Amazon setup. Feeling pretty good. First impressions, I stuck these headphones on. I was like, God, they are loud. And I could tell exactly what Jax was talking about.
They got some bass, huh?
They do got some bass too. And they clamp. They really clamp that noggin. Definitely not gonna be my personal preference, but I can see the appeal for those who are down with the headphones. And they got some thump. Shout out AOC, not just making monitors.
I'll turn it down with this nice little knob on the keyboard.
I forgot that was even there. I was like trying to change the volume on my headset, but you got the keyboard set
Yeah, I'm
up.
not a fan of a headset that doesn't have a wheel for volume when it's buttons. I'm like, you gotta memorize what each button is, or else.
Is that the same with this one, or does this one have one? Yeah, it's just
No,
buttons.
remember, it looks the exact same.
Yeah, it's just buttons.
I will say the Ultrawide in this game looks freaking cool.
Yeah, this obviously this monitor looks pretty solid, 1440p. The PC we're running, I'm definitely using some upscaling here to get about 70 FPS it looks like, so I'm not taking advantage of a high refresh rate in a game like this. Obviously, you got higher end on the PC, you definitely could, but we only spent $250 on the setup, so it's not unreasonable to use this PC that's $650 with it.
Kill.
Oh gosh, kill.
Kill.
Oh!
Dodge.
That was
Look
almost
at that.
bad.
We did it.
I'm realizing I brought no ammo with me, by the way, so I have
Well, look, this is the exit.
7 bullets.
It does look really good. This monitor is like crazy solid for the price, and I personally like curved monitors, so, and I run 32-inch, so to me a 34 is not too crazy. It's just a little more compressed and long.
This mouse feels very similar.
They actually do feel similar.
They feel very similar, the same kind of shape design and everything. It feels very
Yeah,
similar.
they're long.
So I do like this mouse a lot. The keyboard, yeah, I mean, these are slept on keyboards. This brand is really nice. Definitely one that I personally will look at if you're balling on a budget. The RGB looks nice. The wrist rest is a good addition too. I like that. And the mouse pad is definitely way better.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how well this mouse pad holds up, because like using it right now, it's really not bad at all. Kind of feels nice in the hands too. Like it's almost like a soft, like microfiber material, rather than mouse pads that are like that really slick mesh. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, both setups are really good. I mean, Amazon we knew would be good because we bought so many setups on Amazon, we know what's good. Temu was like gonna be hit or miss, and I feel like it did pretty good.
All right, so let's go and wrap this video up and then ask you guys at home which one you like better.
So to recap things, the Temu setup actually ended up being pretty solid. Once I actually gamed on it, I was like, man, Temu honestly delivered better than I thought they would. Before, I would have told people just to completely stay away for setup stuff, but now for certain things like this monitor, for example, I feel like it's kind of hard to ignore Temu.
And of course, Amazon is gonna be Amazon. You're gonna get some much higher quality components most of the time. I mean, this keyboard, really solid for the price. The monitor was good as well, but again, Temu did compete pretty nicely in the monitor department, but really what you're gonna get is actual good mouse pads. Temu, get a little better with your mouse pad selection, but everything else, Amazon is gonna be trustworthy. You can get that 2-day delivery and not have to wait for some sketchy seller to send, well, your product from wherever it's coming from, you never really know, and take maybe up to 2 weeks for it to show up. So Amazon, I think, definitely has the winner here.
But we want to hear from you guys. Which one do you think was the better setup? Let us know down below. But as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now you guys already know all this stuff right here, all this bling that you guys saw is gonna be for sale up front at PCBros.tech.
PCBros.tech is our PC selling business. If you want to buy a gaming PC or a full gaming setup, you can walk in store to buy in Louisville, Kentucky. You can do so over at PC Bros. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Bye-bye.